I was a applicant looking at different law schools in the nation and considering the options I had. I was really drawn to the JD LLM program here for a few reasons. The first was that it's accelerated, which I found really attractive. The fact that I can complete both degrees still in only 3 years, as opposed to other programs that are similar at other law schools where it would have required me to take an additional semester or 2 semesters. On top of that, I was really drawn to the elements of the program in having the opportunity to take international law my first year, and also knowing that I would be able to go to The Hague during my first summer and take classes there. I was also really excited about the focus of various faculty members here at Duke Law and the scholarship that they have been able to produce during their time with the law school. And I thought it would be a really exciting thing to take their classes and study with them and have the opportunity to grow relationships with them as a part of the JD LLM program. The biggest highlight was the internship I had in the first half of my summer in between my first and second year as a law student. I had the opportunity to work at a law firm in Tokyo. I studied Japanese earlier in life, and that past exposure with the language and interest in Japanese culture inspired me to look at opportunities in Japan for that summer. It was really exciting to have the opportunity to first go to Tokyo and then to The Hague. And many other individuals in my cohort for the JD LLM program also went and worked abroad all over the world. So we went to various different places and then convened in The Hague after. There were 3 other students in my program who also worked in Tokyo, but the 4 of us were at different law firms. So while we had different substantive experiences with different firms in Tokyo, being there in the city at the same time as them was really rewarding, and we got to share a lot of experiences while we were there. The law school specifically places everyone in the JD LLM program in the same first year section. So in my law class, we had 6 sections during 1L, and all of the students in the JD LLM cohort were placed in section 1. So off the bat, even though in that first semester we weren't taking any classes as a part of the program yet, I had the opportunity to get to know the other students, engage with them, form study groups. Then starting in the second semester, during the first year, we did have the opportunity to start taking a few classes in the program. We took international law, and we also took international research methods. And it was really exciting that we were able to break away from the standard 1L curriculum a little bit and start to kind of dip into that. Having the opportunity to start to build relationships with other students in the program then set us all up very nicely to have a really wonderful experience together in The Hague. So at the end of my first year, I applied and was accepted as a research assistant for a member of the Duke Law faculty that focuses on international law. And during the second semester of my first year, I had taken the International Research Methods class as a part of the JD LLM program. Having the experience of taking that class in my first year, which was pretty unique, gave me a lot of skills that then really supported me in the work that I started doing last summer and have continued to do this year as a research assistant for this professor. I had learned a lot of research skills through the standard LARW course, Legal Analysis, Research, and Writing course that all 1Ls do take in their first year. But it was very unique to take the specific International Research Methods course. And a lot of the skills I learned in that course were similar but different to the skills I had learned in the standard research course, and were very transferable and directly applicable to the work I've done for the professor. One of the things that's really special, not just about this program, but about Duke Law more generally, is that students with a vast array of interests are very supported in their different professional ambitions. There's a really fantastic Office of Public Interest here, and the faculty and staff that work with students in the JD LLM program are also closely connected with that office. So whereas I will be going to a law firm this next summer that focuses on international law as one of their areas of practice, I have lots of friends who are interested in international law in the public interest space and are also doing really exciting things. So I think that if a student, after assessing their future interests, finds that it does have an international aspect, they can be confident and comfortable in knowing that if they were to join this program, their interests will be supported. So as I mentioned, I'll be working at a law firm this summer to dip my toes into private big law firm practice. I'm really excited for that experience. The firm that I'll be working with has a really prolific life sciences practice that spans internationally. They work with a lot of global healthcare companies and other life sciences companies that do work that is outside of just the scope of the United States and US law. One of the classes that I had the opportunity to take this year as a second year was International Business with Professor Brewster. And that class was a really fascinating, exciting, general overview of a whole array of areas of law that are relevant to international business. That class is just one example of the things that I've learned through the international law courses available at Duke Law that I think will be directly transferable to the work that I will be doing in the future. Yes, so one of the things that initially sold me on the program here at Duke was the alumni network. In researching the JD LLM program, the alumni network is something that is listed as a unique and really valuable aspect of joining the program. The reality of the truth of that became immediately apparent to me after I was accepted to the program. I was accepted right before the pandemic started and then was unable to visit Duke Law during the Admitted Students Weekend to meet with other students and faculty. So turned to trying to connect with people virtually and was put in touch with various alumni from the program to hear about their experiences. And they all had nothing but good things to say. And that helped me make the decision to come to Duke Law and pursue the JD LLM here. And the connections that started even before I was a student at Duke Law have only continued to grow. And I've met and connected with more alumni and had a lot of really enriching experiences with the alumni network. I was concerned about my ability to engage in extracurriculars given the increased course load that we take in the program, but I have found that it is very doable. I am still able to get all of my classwork done. I'm happy with my performance in my classes, and I've been able to join not only as a member, but also as a member of the executive board of several organizations. That includes the Human Rights Law Society and also the newly founded Human Rights Pro Bono Project. And there are other members of my cohort who are also on the executive boards of those organizations with me. Given our similar interests, a lot of us are interested in human rights, and it's been exciting to also have the opportunity to pursue those interests in the extracurricular space with my friends from my program.